A new order paper response shows exactly how much the Liberals have spent promoting their tweets over the last 3 years. I'll show you the numbers in detail, but it is enough to buy more than 6 dozen state-of-the-art prosthetic legs for Canadian veterans. Ontario Conservative MP Guy Lazon has asked a very profound order paper question. It shows the Liberals' focus on the perception of social media popularity at just about any cost. Here's the question Lazon asked. With regard to expenditures related to Twitter since January 1st, 2016, broken down by department and agency, what are the details of all such expenditures, including date, amount, topic, and tweet that was promoted if known, and a description of the goods or services provided if different than a promoted tweet? I knew the Liberals spent a lot of money on social media, but I didn't think that the response to this order paper question would be 212 carefully itemized pages long. And after going through the whole document, the total amount spent by the Liberal government to promote their tweets on Twitter is approaching nearly $3 million over just 3 years. Let's go through some of them together. First, we have $45,000 spent by the Liberals to promote tweets at Agri-Food Canada, including $10,000 on tweets to remind us all how good for us blueberries and potatoes are. The Liberals also spent $219,000 at the Canada Revenue Agency to promote tweets, while at the same time simultaneously writing off $133 million in taxes owed by one single taxpayer. The Liberals spent $40,000 at the CRTC and at the National Film Board. The bill for promoted tweets at Employment and Social Development Canada was $336,000. The bill for promoted tweets at Environment and Climate Change Canada was $103,000. $100,000 of that was to tell us that we could all get into a national park for free during Canada's 150th anniversary. It hardly seems free when you have to spend $100,000 to tell me about it. Thank you to Fisheries and Oceans for spending less than $100 to promote your tweets over the past 3 years. Justice and Attorney General spent $24,000 on promoted tweets. Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency spent $15,000 to encourage Atlantic Canadians to apply for grant money via promoted tweets. Yes, they spent money to try to give more money away. The Liberals spent $276,000 to promote tweets at Statistics Canada. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada spent $42,000 to promote their tweets about welcoming refugees to Canada. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency spent $59,000 on promoted tweets. The Public Health Agency spent $34,000, including $3,400 that was spent in part to promote a video about a talking chicken defeating the bird flu. Health Canada spent $208,000 to promote their tweets, including $50,000 on marijuana messaging. Global Affairs Canada spent $91,000 promoting their tweets. Natural Resources Canada spent $74,000 promoting tweets, including nearly $8,200 to remind us that not all light bulbs are created equal. The Privy Council spent $115,000 to promote electoral reform consultations for electoral reform that never actually happened. Public Safety Canada spent $225,000 promoting their tweets, including $10,000 on a series of tweets that, among other things, remind Canadians to clean out our downspouts and eavesdrops for public safety. The Liberals spent $42,000 at Transport Canada promoting tweets and another $14,000 doing the same thing at the Treasury Board. Now, the next two might be the most appalling expenditures given what's been in the news more recently with regard to the Canadian government refusing to pay $34,000 to give Captain Kimberly Fawcett the prosthetic leg that she needs. The Department of National Defense spent $87,000 to promote tweets, including over $17,000 for just 8 tweets, 4 in English and 4 in French, to advertise for Canadian Forces recruitment during the 2018 Winter Games. And Veterans Affairs spent $672,000 to promote their tweets, including $65,000 to brag about the Liberals' enhanced services for veterans and their families. In all, the Liberals have spent $2.7 million over 3 years to promote their tweets, $900,000 per year. Captain Fawcett's prosthetic leg would cost $34,000. The Liberals could have paid for the prosthetic legs of at least 79 wounded Canadian warriors with what they spent on retweets and likes on Twitter. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. I'm here at home in Alberta covering the news, but my colleague, Cian Bexty, well, he's out on the road. Last week, he was in Winnipeg covering a hate hoax, and then Linda Sarsour. This week, he's in San Diego covering an unspeakable shooting at a synagogue. Now, to see all of Cian's reports from the road, go to rebelinvestigates.com, and while you're there, if you can, please pitch in to cover the cost of sending Cian to all these places to bring you the news that the rest of the Canadian media just refuses to. That's at rebelinvestigates.com.